This is Ron Brown again. I'm working my way down my stock screens or my warehouse views, and I'm now or currently on folder number 4. This is called Expansion and Contraction, 3 and 6 day exponential moving averages, 2-day window. What do I mean by that? It means that I am allowing 2 days for this to happen. In other words, the crossover could have been yesterday or it could have been the day before. The first folder I'm looking at is Expansion Bullish. That is this screen right here, and I'm going to change charts so you can see the effect of this. What I'm doing is I'm going up to my number 1 chart. Could be number 1 or number 2 under this folder. Under stock analysis charts, this is actually end of day. Since I'm doing this intraday, I'm going to go ahead and move down to the intraday charts. And I'll just use chart number 2 because it contains the moving averages that I'm looking for. So, looking at this, and this is based upon what happened yesterday, Diana container ships, you can see the 3, which is the green line, and let me zoom in on this a little bit, passing up through the red. So this happened a couple of days ago now, and you can see that it's carrying through or following through today. I'm doing this intraday on the 15th, and there's your move right here. It's at the top of the list, and this is the end of day. Let's go ahead and drop down to the next view, which is the intraday version, and take a look at some of these stocks. I'll just make this full screen for a minute, and you can see that China Jojo Drugstore is one of these stocks, and here's a familiar name, Tamden Diabetes. Let me just bring these up, and you can see the 3 cross through the 6. This is a cheap stock. Let's look at Tandem. You can see that it happened yesterday. The 3 went up through the 6, and it gapped up this morning. Matrix Services, it looks like it happened a couple of days ago. Let's just look on here. If you look over to this column right here, it tells you the days since. And since there's a 1 in here, and this is last night's data, this tells me it had happened a couple of days ago. And yesterday there was an effort to rise on the VPA flag. This is oil and gas services and equipment. I'll bring that back up again. And you can see there was the effort to rise yesterday. There was an effort to rise the day before too. And the crossover happened back here. And there is follow through on this. There's some other things I need to point out to you. When the 3 crosses the 6, if you look down here, you will see that the histogram, this is a 3 versus a 6. It's known as a microtrend. When it crosses, the histogram goes from negative to positive. Now you can see the down here that the 6 has not gone up through the 18 until today. It's happening today, so that's a confirmation that the move is on. Let's take a look at Star Surgical. That's a name that's familiar. This is a stock that's been beaten down. And you can see, looking at this, that this occurred on this day. The 3 crossed the 6, and now it's setting up, and it's trying to go again. Now you can use this chart, or you can use the number 1 chart, and the number 1 chart contains the fan. It's actually a good idea to look at both charts because you can see where this stock is relative to the fan, and this stock has been in a strong downtrend. Now normally when I'm prospecting, I'm looking at 3 different charts, but for these videos I'm only looking at the daily chart rather than the daily, weekly, and monthly, just so you can see it better. You can see the trigger. All of my indicators are based upon demand and supply. So let's move down to the contraction bearish. It's just the opposite, 3 down through the 6. Jack in the box yesterday. Let's see if it followed through. Here's a 3 down through the 6. Stock is continuing to go down today, intraday. I want to go to the second one. You can see the 3 going down through the 6. This one's trying to hold. This is a Mexican brewery, I believe, but it's just the opposite. I don't think I have to spend time going over this. It's a 2-day window here also. These are fanned down. You can see that there were no stocks that met the qualifications yesterday, which is kind of surprising. I just stopped and checked the filter, and it's correct. There just aren't any candidates today. So this is expansion and contraction, another scan. I'm showing you all these scans. Pick out the ones that you like. I don't expect anybody to use all of them. I certainly don't, but they're all in here for a purpose. They all work. They don't all work all the time, but they do work. Now, I'm going to go down to counter trends with VPA flags, but that'll be the next video.